Okay, good morning. It's day 6, Saturday, about 9:30. I went to bed around 10. I was tossing and turning since about 4:30, I think, maybe even 2:30. I almost took some more hydroxyzine just to make me drowsy enough to fall back asleep, but I didn't want to be drowsy when I woke up, so today's the first day I woke up without needing any anti-nausea meds or the gabapentin. So, doing better. I was pretty tired though. I don't like getting up that early. Again, I'm not a morning person. So I lay back down after probably a couple hours being up. I drank coffee, and coffee it does not taste good. It makes me more dehydrated. It makes me feel worse. I can really only drink energy drinks. Yeah. Today I just threw on some sweats. I still wasn't feeling too good when I left. But I went up to the store to get more Red Bull, and I drove through this canyon close by to my house. Just for a change of scenery, I went and sat outside, excuse me, in my backyard, and it just wasn't doing the trick. It's still pretty cool here. It's not even 70 degrees. It's windy. It's a weird day for us for August. Usually it barely cools down below 70 at night. And it can get over 100 and stay there all month. So it's weird, but nice. It feels like fall is coming. I hope it is. I just wanted to make a quick video while I'm sitting in my car and feeling okay. I did not care how I looked when I walked into the gas station. Probably look rough, but whatever. Judge me if you want. It's just nice to drive and feel normal. It's Saturday. I woke up feeling refreshed today. Like the mornings, how I said they're rough, it's just like you wake up and you're even more tired than you were when you went to bed. For like a good half an hour for me, until the caffeine starts to kick in. It's similar to when you wake up without Suboxone, like your first dose in the morning. I always dosed while I was in bed still, and I waited half an hour before I even got up. So I always let it, kick in before I woke up. But there were times where, like especially jumping off, or there were times when I woke up like cold turkey like the next day, and it wasn't terrible. But after a few days, the nausea starts to, or not nausea, the depression. And you just feel down. I don't want to make this about symptoms so much. I'm sorry if I'm rambling. There's actually a bunch of cars driving around me right now, so I'm a little distracted, but I just wanted to say today's going to be a good day. I know the withdrawal can feel lonely and you feel like nobody understands you around you. But just know you're not alone. Something I kept hearing over and over: the flesh is weak, but the spirit is strong. And actually, Jesus said that. And I've heard it from a couple others on here, and I just heard it again this morning, and it just resonates with me. Your flesh feels weak, your body feels weak, but your spirit is strong. Your mind and your heart want more. And that's kind of the battle with addiction too. Like when you're in addiction, it robs you of your spirit. Like after a few days of using, I just feel my soul being sucked out, like literally, especially with meth and pills. And I think that's why people stay on, their drug of choice for so long, is because your soul is, I don't even know. I don't want to say taken, but it feels stolen, robbed. I just think back to all the times like getting clean, and I never want to feel this way again, or the way I did. I want to be free, and Suboxone gave me time to build a life I didn't want to destroy. It gave me time to get away from people and places and things. I did do AA and NA and all that stuff for years. The last time I went to treatment, it was at least a year, if not a year and a half. I went to California, Southern California. It was beautiful and it was nice, and the recovery there is so strong. But here, I live in kind of a small town, city. It is growing, but let's see, I went to AA probably for a few months when I first got on Suboxone. And the people would just like shun me and say I wasn't sober and blah blah blah. But I felt sober. I wasn't meeting up with my drug dealer. I wasn't wasting all my money. And there was one time before I went to California, so I was still pretty young. I had gone into the hospital and I had an abscess on my kidney, and it was so painful. They had to do a spinal tap and everything. They thought I had, I think, meningitis. They thought I was gonna die. I was in the ICU for like 5 days. Like the doctors in the hospital thought I was gonna die. Anyways, they gave me a shot of Dilaudid in there, which I'm not trying to trigger anyone. But the point of this story is, when I got home, I was prescribed Oxy, but I only use them as prescribed, if that. I was in pain. I could hardly walk. All I could do was drink water. And I went to an AA meeting and they literally told me I was going to die if I didn't stop taking them. Like, that's old school hardcore AA, and that's how it is around here. And it's not my cup of tea anymore. You're lucky if you have welcoming, loving people who welcome you in no matter what, because that is the way. That is God's way, right? So, I don't know. Not everyone is like that here, and I still have many friends in recovery, and that's what works for them. It never worked for me, and I've tried for at least 10 years. I did the program. I worked with a sponsor. You know, I helped others. I volunteered my time. I showed up. I was in some part of recovery every single day. And I would still relapse after like a year. And I was just hopeless. I was like, nothing is working. And my last relapse, it got to a point where I knew I was going to die if I did not do something different. And when someone gave me that first Suboxone, I didn't feel high. I felt well. And that's what I felt like for at least a couple years. I mean, I worked out 6 days a week. I went to church on Sunday. I ate well. I took care of myself. I went to AA. And then I stopped. It felt very like there was cliques and groups of people, and I just never felt welcomed. There are a few friends, but you know, they have time now and families and jobs and homes to take care of. So I understand that. So they're not there really much anymore, like they used to be anyways. I debated go to a meeting today just to see, and thought I would leave if I didn't like it, but I don't know. It's been years, and I don't want to feel like a newcomer because I don't feel like a newcomer. Like, yeah, I just kicked some ass, but I'm not in the grips of addiction. I don't want to use. I don't find it hard not to use. I have a relationship with God today. I have for years. Actually, probably, it was right after I got pregnant with my son. Yeah. So I just remember praying to God one day. I was like, God, either take me or give me something to live with. And I said that prayer a couple times because I was so desperate. And like less than a month later, I was freaking pregnant. I could not believe it. And I knew almost the moment that I conceived. Like, there was a voice in my head that says, you're pregnant. I was like, what? And I told my sponsor at the time. She's like, it's all in your head. I'm like, you know, maybe. But that was weird. And I haven't, I mean, after I had him, like I said, I had a short relapse, and it was just because of sleep deprivation. I was so tired, and I could not sleep with a newborn. My goodness. That was rough, man. I do not do well with sleep deprivation. Like, I need 8 to 10 hours, if not more, on the weekends. Like, up to 12. Which is weird. I woke up today and did so well yesterday with little to no sleep. Although I did sleep straight through, but kind of rambling now. I'm not going to probably continue making videos after the 1 week mark, if I feel well still. And then I'll update probably around 2 weeks and 3 weeks and see, like what kind of symptoms I'm having then. But, oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to say. I gave my prescriptions to my grandma last night, with that 24 hours of nausea and wanting to puke. I did not want to be tempted. I knew I was through the worst of it. So I did not want to go back. I did not want to be tempted. I did not want to look at them. I did not want to know they were there. I want to be free. So, yeah. Okay, I will end this here and maybe update tomorrow.